Hello and a very warm welcome. I am Ruchi Sharma. We have with us Mr. A. Senthil, CEO, Producer Bazaar, joining us. Like we're already talking about, regional movies and regional language movies. So Producer Bazaar is also aiming at, expanding the audience for regional movies and Indian movies to non-Indian origins across the globe. So how are you actually going to achieve that?
Let's talk about how Indians are consuming content. Okay, so I have two teenage daughters. And I have been to theaters for watching BTS shows. So BTS is a Korean K-pop band, right? And they have a huge following. I didn't realize. I thought my girls were listening to some songs and they understood like it. Maybe not a popular phenomenon. But once they were running these pop shows, right? They were releasing as a theater event and houseful shows going on in Chennai, right? 8,000, 10,000 deep fans for a Korean content in Korean song. But well picturized, maybe perfect body, I don't know, something they like about it, okay? And that's how that market was expanded. So Korea realized it's a small country, they have to do something spectacular to do it. So their content is amazing. But similarly, okay, so think of it, what if a Drishyam is made in Korean? Or some other movies made in Korean? That's a possibility, okay? So we had a couple of Hindi movies also, they're doing amazingly well in dubbed versions, right? So that is a scope which comes into play. So first part, can we consider outside India also as a market? Not every content will work across everywhere. So we have to have some demographics, what age group do they like dance? Indonesia, right? They have some India connection in some way in past, and they love Indian sarees, jewels, right? Like they don't want a pure Western content. Indian content is better for them. Will they have songs and dances? So there are pockets of world which likes some part of India which we didn't realized.
Right.
Okay. Africa still has a huge market where people are buying DVDs because they don't have OT platforms having Indian content. That's all pirate content. They're not making money out of that part. But if we offer it at a right price, don't price a global price. Okay, can we subsidize? It's a digital content anyway. We don't make many money out of India. Can we make some money for a different market? Can Egypt be like some of Bollywood movies? Can Ghana can be done with some Oriya movies? So we have to look at markets and say who can penetrate which content. We have to do some sampling. We do some experiments. We have already sold content in Africa. Okay, wow. So Indian movies, yeah. And initially we're giving an English version of it. Then we are also saying, okay, can you dub it locally? And can we partner in some way? Can we expand? So idea is to expand the market. It's a very nascent market to begin with. South America, we see Southeast Asia, anywhere developing country, aspirations are similar. Right. If you can identify people, what aspiration they have, what challenge they face, and can the story work on it? Right. I'll give an example. Okay, Jagame Tandiram was a movie which was released. Dhanush movie came over in 2020. It was dubbed in 18 languages. One of the first movie to dubbed in so many languages. Indian hero, right? The story was the average part, but what people liked, or the core way they dubbed Netflix was it's an experiment they did. So it talked about let's say human trafficking, right? Illegal immigration. So that is what the story's core was, right? Will it the story like by more people across the world? In Southeast Asia that happens, in Mexico or South America it happens. A lot of people, legal people, go to Europe in some way. So that will gel with them. So if the story works for them, that can be content. We identify which content. I'm not saying in India we make more 2,000 movies per year. Not every movie can be dubbed in every language possibly. Though we'll love to try it, but if we can identify a good movie, can we take it global? That was what we are working towards.
Right. So, Mr. Senthil, you said that Producer Bazaar was launched in 2021. Can you share some, success numbers with us, and what interesting projects are you working on? If you can mention a few.
Okay, we are trying to, what we're doing is, we are not trying to be an aggregator. We want to be a marketplace. So marketplace needs two parts, okay? You need to have buyers and sellers. As of now, what do we sell? Okay. Building technology is slightly easier compared to actually getting the actual people who need our service. So what we did was, we did some offline sales and other thing to do it. The platform, we have built it in some way. We are now launching two platforms. Instead of one, we're launching two platforms in coming weeks. Okay, that's we will now make the formal announcement in a few days. Okay. So what we did was, we did a lot of work on, we ended up traveling to Delhi, met ministers, went to Mumbai, met NFTs, to Bangalore, in Hyderabad, Kerala. So we're getting a lot of awareness. First, awareness is less for people whom we are targeting. We're not targeting movies who make big heroes, big producer who make 20 crore, 100 crore movies. They don't need us because they already have people who can sell and buy. They have network, they have connections. We're talking about smaller producers. If somebody is making a 1 crore to 10 crore, that's a range which we could cater to. We can So we work with, so we have, my co-founder and me, we have met over 850 producers in last one and a half years. That's a timeline which we have done. Okay. So we enable a lot of producers. Okay. And we signed a lot of contract with them, older movies, new movies, how we can work with them, a lot of legal part, a lot of other challenges we have solved in last 1.5 years. And we are ready to launch an actual platform, and actual sales on the platform will happen in coming weeks.
Okay. So have you crowdfunded any film till now, or any project that you are helping in this regard?
Okay, so let's talk about, okay, how much time does it take to make a movie? Okay, from a concept to a release, right? In Malayalam in 1970s, it used to take 3 months. There are some exceptions happening in Tamil or Hindi also, where the release a very short duration, something was made and released, but it's a rarity. Normally, it takes between 12 to 18 to 24 months for a movie from concept to pre-production, production, post-production, release. So even if movie is finished, okay, you don't get theaters. I want 100 theaters, I want 500 theaters. I will not get the theaters because theater is controlled by some people. Okay, so that's a whole. So when can you release? You can do a puja, you can choose a hero, everything you can choose, but release date is not under your control at all. It's beyond your control. So we have to manage. Okay, so what we are doing currently is, okay, a movie which is either under production, pre-production, or post-production stage, we can say we can start talking on it. If your content is finished, can we help you release it and start licensing at that point of time? That's less risk for my buyers. As a platform, I take less risk. Okay, think of it. Okay, I take money from a lot of people. First thing, if I take a lot of money from people, I have to be SEBI registered. So once SEBI comes into play, they will have a lot more criteria, what content, everything. That's one part of it. Second part, what if hero walks out, heroine walks out, something happens and the movie is struck, right? Who is responsible for owning it? Currently, there are platforms who are trying it, but what we are saying is, until we get funded, let's focus on the current platform. This is an add-on which we could do. We are offering some other services for it. Finished movies also, we are kind of helping in discounting, getting some funding for helping close the movie and release it. We are doing that part, but informal way, not in the part of our core platform. Because we network can help in that way. That's what we're doing. But crowdfunding, it's taking a longer bet. It's a 24-month bet, and the movie will hit. What is the guarantee for it? See, if there's a cost and people are donating money to it, okay, or if people are buying, okay, I'm buying this many tickets, okay, I want to watch this hero and this heroine movie, I'm going to fund, I'm going to buy tickets, that's fine. There's no risk for me, I can give it show. But I'm investing this many lakhs or crores and I want to have this much guaranteed return. I cannot assure you any of that. At least in current scenario, current laws do not permit to me offer at that point of time. And the current market system is not ready for it. Let's safeguard the copyrights and licensing where structured revenue can come. We can come at that point of time.
Right.
So, but we believe on a longer term, it makes sense to kind of ownership, right? Instead of hero charging half the, after paying the all top above the line stars, right, and directors and known people, with the remaining money is what we are making the movie and marketing it. What if it goes other ways, right? See, let's talk about, let's say, female-oriented movies, right? We don't get a lot of good movies to that part. We have top heroines and actresses who have done amazingly well earlier. Now they have to play an aunt or a villain or something else is what they can't do. Okay. This happens in every industry, okay? The reason is because individually, the content will not sell on a theater at this price point. Okay. So what if they can say, hey, I'm willing to take equity, I'll take some percentage of the content in some way. And see, for making a movie, you don't need all the money upfront. Only for, okay, think of, okay, you're renting some place, your equipment rental, that's where you need cost. Hero, they need some to sustain, but not all the money upfront is required, only release and everything. So what if this can be done and probably rights can be written off in some contracts? So we have done some work, we have done build a platform for it, but we cannot release it now. We'll do it at a slightly later stage, but we have the tech for doing it at some point. But the idea is, you may not say, what is the movies that are not a hit? You sell the movie, you make a loss, and you kind of only producer takes the loss. Benefits are not shared with other artists. Okay. Also, credits are not given. Okay. So we are building something on for metadata. How do you do it? So what if multiple people own it? Either the fans or the artists and people who are part of it, they own the equity of the movie in some way. And the copyright is what is being licensed. Okay. Hey, this content goes for next 60 years. Even later also, you're going to get some money. I will give one example. Okay. Today, I think it's the 20th anniversary for Titanic movie, right? So 97, the movie came, and 20th anniversary special edition is going to come. I will give only one example. Okay. In the movie, before the ship sinks, there's a small kid talking to his mother. That's one dialogue for the kid. A mother doesn't have a dialogue, so mother is extra, but the kid spoke a dialogue. It's considered artist in US terminology. The kid who was 5-year-old at then and now about 30 plus years, right? He's still getting paid a royalty.
Okay.
So there's a Blu-ray 3D version or IMAX release which will happen now. Money will be made. Next 3 months, 6 months timeline, he's going to get a commission for a movie he acted 25 years back. He's not in the industry at all. Here, we forget, okay, big heroes, they'll have a couple of big hits and then people forget about them, right? There is no revenue for them. So think of your movies which are made in 60s and 70s. They are still in copyright and they don't get anything at all. If producers sell all the rights upfront, they don't make any money. So we believe, in India, we do not encourage people to go into arts or movies because it's not a safe industry.
Right.
What if heroine doesn't hit? Okay, they have to marry and do. Okay, what if they don't consider the career? What if every hero or heroine, they will have a couple of big hits. There will be some flops as well.
Right.
But even there, the movie is still available on some platform, generating some revenue for somebody, right? What if everybody gets a slice of it? But for that, we have to, core will be, can we safeguard the copyrights? Then can we give them attribution in some way? And can, instead of everybody takes upfront all the cash, they own some rights of it. That could be the model which on a longer term will make more sense.
Okay. So Mr. Senthil, since Producer Bazaar is an NFT movie marketplace, will there be movie scenes, songs, etc. for sale and purchase? And since you mentioned royalties also, and it's a big issue, there's a big debate right now going around between marketplaces to have royalties or not to have royalties. What is your take? What is your view on that?
So as of now, we are focusing only the B part. Okay, so I'm working with the producers and content creators. This is one part of my business. So these are people who are creating it, and the people who are buying it are actually, it could be a OTT platform, could be a website, could be a mobile app, who are offering some content, short content, different format they license. Okay, or it could be theatrical international releases or dubbing, remake. There are about 20-30 rights which they can buy for a shorter duration of part. Okay. That's what we'll prefer. Don't sell perpetual license, everything. We'll sell a shorter duration. So you may get a better pricing over a period of time and sustained revenue comes into play. Okay. This is one part of it. Okay. We are not, the current platform, until we bring the crowdfunding part, we will not want to touch the B2C part of it. We don't want to create a lot of hype. Okay. 2021 was a great year for NFTs. Collectibles, we are part of the team helped which could have marketed the Amitabh Bachchan NFT part when they were listed at the Guardian Link platform. Right. At that point, owning directly buying from Big B was important for me. There are only limited number of things and the value might go up. Okay. But what has happened in 2022 mid and later is we have generative AI, right? So we had some random icons and everything. Now we can give one prompt and you have an amazing image coming for it. Okay. So how many artists can we sell content for? How much can they own it? Okay. I'm saying there is no guaranteed revenue. If basically there's a demand supply gap, right? Okay. If a lot of people want to buy this content and it's not available in quantity, the value will go up, right? It's straightforward formula. Okay. But what if new current keeps generating on a regular basis or a volume comes into it, maybe the value may not go up. You still want to buy it for various reasons, by personal interest, but value may not go up. If you're investing for that purpose, it makes sense. What if this asset can generate revenue out of it? So I'm saying, okay, hey, we have this movie rights. The producer is willing to sell his part of rights, or heroes are willing to sell some part of a license, and that is bought by a fan. This content is going to make revenue for next 60 years. We can give an idea of how much we can predict with revenue to make over a period of time. If you hold this part, this is kind of dividend yielding content, you can get it. Right. So if you own fraction of that rights as an NFT, that generating revenue for that will make sense. And actually, this is a real product. It's not some hype just because we are a community or something or somebody's promoting it. No, the content movie was made for several crores, watched by several people. It has an IMDb rating. People have run reviews for it. People like it, love it. Think of a good song, okay. And that song is amazing hit. Song can generate revenue for next, maybe earlier, no more cassettes and CDs, but it's going to run on Spotify or any new platform is going to come in. They need to have content. On the Metaverse, people need to have listen to some content or concept or style of thing. And these are the actual things which are helping it, right? Right? So if you own something which generates that revenue, which is real business, which is legally supported, like we have hundreds of thousands of cases in legal history where we see how the cases are fought. There's a regulation for it. NFT, is it real or not? There are other questions which come into play. But I'm saying this is a real business, 100-year-old business, proven. But we are bringing a technology and we're leveraging it in another way to make it more accessible to more people. But primary, the current version is for producers and buyers to begin with. But once the basic is solved, then we can ancillary. It could be crowdfunding part, because this is before the movie starts, if something happens, or the movie is generating revenue in some way. At that point, I can give it as a mutual fund, or like we have a real estate IT, right? investment trust, we can have movie IT trust where you buy thousands of songs. That kind of model already exists in UK for songs.
Yes.
Right. They're buying all the old artists, all the rights, they're buying it and they're selling it in that model. We can do all those on our platform. That's a core which we have built.
So Mr. Senthil, if you can answer briefly, what do you think is the future of NFTs?
Okay, so NFT initially was hyped for various reasons. Okay, it started somewhere. Okay, you can put some content on some place and you have some contract and somebody's buying and somebody's selling and maybe a marketplace listing. That's the whole core of it. Okay, and initial people were speculators came in. A lot of people who were not so ethical also came in. They kind of raised the price. There are a lot of other trading. Okay, but I will not go into that part of it. Okay? I'm saying smart contract as a technology is a powerful technology. How do we leverage it? Okay. In the movie industry itself, we are seeing, okay, like already we are exploring a lot of AI, okay, how AI can be used to generate content or reduce the cost of production in a lot of other ways. But who gets the attribute for it? How do you pay for it? How do you verify? So wherever trust is the issue, blockchain comes into play. You cannot fudge a blockchain. That's a whole part which it makes sense.
Right.
So like we are saying, okay, hey, though our initial plan was very different, but what we have changed is, okay, you buy a right for this period, the entry is made into blockchain. If you are a fake or if you're kind of thing, you are exposing yourself.
Right.
That's
Thank you so much.
So rights, contracts, all those can come into this part. Yeah.
Right. Thank you so much, Mr. Senthil, for having this conversation with us and giving us your valuable time. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Sure.
That's all in this special segment of Crypto Masters. This is me, Ruchi Sharma, signing off. Do like, share, and subscribe to 3.0 TV. Have a great day.